Hari Om all. We'll be taking up the 34th talk, that is Devatas power subtle body from Tattvabodha. Let us start the session with the prayer and by taking the blessings of Guruji. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyama अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम्. नारायण समारम्भा शङ्कराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम्.
I think Kantiji in video 33, like 2 points we did not cover in the last class about life after death.
Okay. Okay. 1 or 2 topics were left, I think. Only that is the liberated soul, Jivan Mukta, and the sannyasi, Jivan Mukta, and the normal people. And one more thing is maybe subtle body in different religion.
Burying and
yeah.
burning, why it happens, Prabhuji explained.
Correct. Okay, you can start with that. Okay. Difference in understanding of subtle body in different religion. So this comes with the talk 33, which was left out in the last session.
So Prabhuji was saying that the essence of any religion is actually its belief system revolving around life after death. And actually religion has 2 major parts. One is life now and what you have to do in this life, the rituals, the whatever, the whole processes. And the second important part would be life after death. So these are the 2 pillars on which almost all religions are based off. And Prabhuji says that Hinduism, being a deep, long, very ancient kind of philosophy and religion, what they do is they burn the body because rightly so, because it is said that the subtle body is what leaves the physical body and moves to the next physical body. And because of that, for 2 reasons, because it has left this body and it is of no use to it, and also sometimes because of our vasanas and attachment to that body, it might hover, the spirit might hover around that body. So to discourage that also, the body is burnt, and that encourages the subtle body to move to its next physical body and continue the cycle of birth and death. So this is about what happens in Hindu religion. Then I think the second thing is about Christianity or some other religions where they don't bury the body. And that is, where they don't burn the body, they bury the body. And burying the body largely stems from the belief that you are the body, which is why when the person dies.
This is very important, basically. This understanding, what is the difference? Here it is shown very well.
Yeah. Actually, when I was just thinking about it also, these religions which don't bury the body, which don't burn the body, also don't believe in reincarnation. So they have the religions that say you have only one life, only one life.
Correct.
So that's why they don't want to burn the body, because they feel that you are somewhere around. That's why they go to the cemetery and they offer flowers, go there and talk like that person is still around somewhere there. They really believe that. So that is about religions that don't burn but bury. Then Prabhuji talked about one more very strange practice, which is there in some parts of the world. where they bury the body sitting upright. So this actually is twofold. When a person is completely liberated and has become a Jivan Mukta, then there is no subtle body for that thing to move on. There's no more death or birth cycle for a Jivan Mukta. So there's no subtle body going to the next physical body. So such people, their places where they're burnt becomes a place of pilgrimage. It becomes holy. There is a samadhi. So religious minded people can come and take darshan, because well and truly Jivan Mukta will live there, because it's not a subtle body looking for another gross body. But also he said that in some other parts, those who have just followed the religion, they believe that just by being in that religion and following the practices of that religion every day, you become a Jivan Mukta. And that is why in some religions they are buried sitting upright. So that is the explanation he gave about making them sit upright
No, isn't it only the sadhus or sannyasis or liberated souls who are made to sit upright, and or even in other
one,
religion?
no, in some part he mentioned the country also, where they have this practice of burying the person is sitting in an upright position, because they believe that he has become a Jivan Mukta once he's dropped his body. How he's become a Jivan Mukta? No, not that he's really liberated. That also Prabhuji clarified, that he's not truly liberated, but they believe that
No,
because
but actually, another thing is there. The if at all a king dies, the queen and the servants and
that
everybody,
also he said.
they will be buried.
About the Egyptian, very strange
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Egyptian pyramids. That,
Mm,
of course, again, it refers to, where they believe that the subtle body will be around. Therefore, they bury the king in a pyramid, give him food, servants, wives,
mm,
everyone are
mm,
kept in that pyramid,
mm,
so that when they die, their subtle bodies are there for the king, to
mm,
serve the king and be around and give him company. So that is
mm,
also there about the Egyptian part of it. So
mm, mm.
these are the main highlights of
Yeah.
video 33.
Yeah, yeah. Only these were left out in the
Yeah,
last class.
yeah,
Okay, then we can move on to 34.
yeah.
So here again, we are going in depth into the subtle body, how the subtle body is to be understood, and what it is, how it is controlled, and what is the main control. All these are discussed in a very subtle manner, wherein the understanding has to go in depth to us. And if we work with this understanding, it will be really easy for us to drop our ego, or we can go to the self and abide in the self. It can, the understanding, if there is a clarity in the understanding, then all these can happen with this understanding, and abiding in the self can be easy. So that is what I felt. Though I would have done it long back, again while having the class to go through that and understanding it, it will take a different level of understanding. So this was very helpful. That is what I felt when I went through this talk. Bhartiji, will you be answering? And have you gone through the this video?
Not recently, Bhagini, maybe many days ago.
Uh-huh. Only thing is,
Maybe
you'll
I'll
have to make
remember
the
if you
notes of
start,
it.
I'll remember it, I think.
Okay. Now, maybe only thing is you'll have to make notes of it. Otherwise, we tend to forget. Everything looks similar, but as
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
going, maybe the way Guruji has taught, so the same thing is followed. So, if at all you make some few points of what is being dealt in that particular video, that will be helpful in maybe even if you have gone through a little time ago, it will be helpful with the notes.
Okay, Bhagini.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Jayashree ji, what is subtle body?
We think subtle body itself is me, but it is not so. Sense organs are not. It is only an instrument, just like the physical body.
Correct. Instrument of?
Instrument of Brahma.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
So, Bhartiji, if you have gone through and you said correctly, Jayshriji, who is Brahman? What is Brahman? From this talk, maybe we will have different maybe explanations for Brahman. But why is it that we stick on to one video is that let us understand what is being dealt in Tattvabodha and of Shankaracharya through Guruji, and that particular talk will stick on so that we will not be going away from the topic. So Brahman can have many definitions and many explanations, but when we stick on to this talk, what is Brahman? Who is Brahman? How is Brahman understood with the help of this subtle body? If you can tell.
Bhagini, I don't remember.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe the others will answer. I will keep asking. If you know, you can tell. Otherwise, it's okay. Maybe from next class onwards, you can just be prepared by writing it so that we can remember. Sudhaji.
The same question.
Yeah.
You are asking what is
Who is Brahman? What is Brahman?
what is Brahman?
How can we understand Brahman through subtle body? In a concise manner. We will go in depth with Devatas and all. But before that, a little bit of introduction to Brahman.
Actually, even I'm not able to think of an answer to that. What you mean? I'm not. Maybe you can only help us understand.
Okay, fine.
Brahman.
So basically, here when we say subtle body, gross body, causal body, all those, how is it, say, the physical body, then the mind or the subtle body with all the organs that are operating? Say, I can see through my eyes. How can I see through my eyes? What is it that is happening within me? So we can attribute to each thing some different, maybe the control or the power of sight, power of hearing, power of smell, and all that. So the whole thing as such, the gross body, the subtle body, everything is under the control of one Shakti or one power, that is nothing but Brahman. Here, as we go further, what happens is that we will be dividing each of the part of our body to one Devata. So let us start with Advaita philosophy. That is, it is only one God that is available. Mukkoti Devategalu, we say. 33 crores Devatas are there. But how is that coming from? From where is it coming? It is only from one Brahman that all these are derived. So that is the light that is picked up from the Brahman. So that is what is, let us start with that. That is what Guruji also has also done with this starting, and he again culminates to Advaita. Though we attribute each of our sense organs to one Devata, that we can know from the explanation. But how is this happening? It is not different. So everything is one, is what is being told here. Though Brahman is infinite power, the finite power is being taken by each of the Devatas, is what is being told about Brahman. Okay. So you can just tell how, or maybe Jayshriji can tell, what is fire god?
Fire god is Hello. Agni Devata.
Agni Devata.
Agni Devata.
Yeah.
And, the power of
So he
conscience.
explains this Brahman and Devatas with the help of fire god. So what is that fire god and what are the Devatas associated with fire god?
The power of consciousness of fire is called Surya Devata or Agni Devata. Same.
What are the characteristic or the qualities of fire so that he correlates it with Devatas?
Fire. In fire also we have Jataragni and the fire we use for cooking and madam, I am not able to answer because I have not gone through it in detail.
It's okay. It's okay. That's okay. Anybody else can also answer. If at all Bharti ji knows or Sudhaji, anybody.
So you're asking, like, what is the god of fire? Is that what you're asking?
See, Brahma is one main god, and the other devatas are derived ones. Like for sight, you have one devata. For hearing, you have one devata. In the same way, Guruji explains, fire god is like Brahman. The qualities of fire, each quality
Each one has a god, like
devata.
quality of burning, the quality of light, which fire, the quality of heat. Each one has a god.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So here, what we can understand is Brahman is one main source wherein the others are sub and one element of Brahman. So we ourselves are one small element of Brahman. And inside us, what is being explained is, that is what is being explained as Devatas, the control of each organ or each sense organ. So that is something that gives one different perspective of our understanding. This is a new way of understanding things. So this maybe we wouldn't have understood in this way at all. Because we are working. We can see and we can hear and we can smell. All these are happening. The digestion is happening, the thinking is happening, the brain is working, the heart is pumping the blood. All these are happening. But we are not aware of how it is happening, what is the control over it. All this we are not even thinking of it. So that is why this concept of subtle body itself is a little maybe vague to understand, or maybe we will not get clarity on once or twice going through it. We might still have some doubts because we experience it, but we don't know how it actually happens. We cannot view it, we cannot see it, we cannot know very clearly. So that is how the concept of subtle body, gross body, we can understand very easily. See, if we speak of organs, we know that there are organs, so we can understand. But beyond that, if we speak, what is the control of that? So there is a little lack of understanding. So here is what has been explained by Guruji in a very simple manner, basically. So fire is infinite and light, burning heat is finite. That is what he explains. So now maybe Jayashri ji, you can explain each devata, if at all you know, each devata associated with the sense organs.
Sense of for sense of smell, Ashwini Devatas are same, and for touch and for touch sign, Vayu Devata, and it is connected with the skin and all. And the power of ice, the power of consciousness of ice is called Surya Devata. And if you have any problem with the skin or something, Aditya Hrudaya is
Of
recommended
ears.
to
It
be
is
read.
ears.
Yes, madam. For years.
No, for eyes it is Aditya Hridaya. For Surya Devata. And ears it is Dik
Devata.
Devata.
For
So,
years, what, madam?
ear it is Dik Devata. Dik Devata. Space consciousness. For eyes it is Surya Devata and Surya is Aditya, right? So, the power of eyes, power of seeing, sight is Aditya. So, these are all Devatas. That is explained for sense organs. So, Bharti ji, what can you understand from all this that we discussed and you would have heard also?
ಪಂಚೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಕಣ್ಣು,
Yeah.
ಮೂಗು, ಬಾಯಿ, ಕಿವಿ, ನಾಲಿಗೆ. ಪಂಚೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳಿಗೆ 5 ದೇವತೆಗಳಿದೆ. ನಾಲಿಗೆ is taste.
Oh, yes, tell.
Brahman, parts of these Brahman are divided into Devatas. Brahman is the ultimate, and below that are the Devatas. Then comes our Manava. That's all I know. Agni Devata is fire. For eyes it is Dig Devata. Nose and tongue, I don't know.
Okay. So some Devata is associated. We need not have to remember everything, right? Each sense organ is connected with some Devata. But the thing that we must know is importance is what is Brahman and what is Devata.
Okay.
Okay. So as you mentioned, the tongue also is one of the sense organ which is left out. That is a Varuna Devata. The deity is, or the Devata is Varuna Devata.
For nose?
For nose, Ashwini Devata. The Ashwini Kumaras, the twins. Sudhaji, Guruji tells one concept of universal consciousness which is applicable to all living beings, the animals and the human beings. How can that be understood here in this context?
So actually, if we just go back a little, when we were studying about how gross body was made and how subtle body is made, in that Prabhuji very clearly explained that both are made with the 5 elements. And the combination of the 5 elements is very gross for the gross body and very subtle for the subtle body. And in this talk, at the beginning he clarified that the subtle body sometimes is considered to be having 17 organs, and in some it is considered to be 19 organs. So in the talk so far, Prabhuji proved to us that you are not the gross body. The pain is felt in the gross, but the experiencer is the subtle body. So then we start focusing that, oh, I'm the subtle body, I'm the subtle body. So to take us to the next level of say peeling off the layers, So in that context, Prabhuji says that Brahman alone is real. And there is only one God. You can call him by any name, but there is only one God. And this God is infinite, formless, nameless. Now we who are identified with a body, okay, we can never perceive anything that doesn't have a body. You can't understand. If anyone tells you Brahman is infinite, nameless, formless, we cannot even worship Brahman. So to help us who are so finite, we are so finite, we're just like so with our mind, body, and intellect, we are tied up. We are not able to go break out of this and see the infinite or perceive the infinite or even understand the infinite. So to come to that point, Prabhuji says that these Devatas, 33 crores of Devatas, they are not gods. He clarified that Devata does not mean God, but it means a power of the God. Because sitting in this finite body with this finite intellect, you can never understand the infinite, nameless, formless. So to help us to get to that nameless, infinite, they give us one finite, one Devata. But this because of our ignorance or not enough of clarification, we have come to believe Devata to be God. But Prabhuji said Devata is a Shakti, one of the infinite qualities of the infinite Brahman. So, what then he went to clarify that sometimes, in spite of having the organ of the eye, we are not able to see. Now, that is because the subtle body is not the controlling power there. There is something that is powering even the subtle body, and that is the Devata, or the power of consciousness, or the power of the Brahman, which powers all these organs in your body. So that power is what enables you to see, him to see, her to see, the dog to see, the cat to see, the bird to see. So then Prabhuji clarifies that this Devata of each organ is not serving the Jiva. It is serving the Brahman.
Correct.
And that is the universal consciousness, because Brahman has universal consciousness. And these Devatas are serving the universal consciousness, not individual Jiva that helping you. No, that's not the thing. It is the bigger picture with which this Devata works in your body and helps your organs or you to function. So we take it so much for granted that I have an eye, of course I will see. I have a nose, of course I will breathe. You never know that, something else is powering this physical organ. So I think that is the insight that we got to some extent from this
Yes.
talk Prabhuji gave.
Yes. This requires a little more maybe the clarity, because this is something that we wouldn't have even thought of. See, when it is so new to us that Devata is giving the power to hear, power to see, power to smell, and all that, means that is a new concept. First is we are so new to that. So then that Devata who gives the sight to us, gives the sight to all the living beings, is something that is the next level of understanding.
Yes.
So see how it is funneled up. That means so many Devatas are there. We feel each of us is individual, and within each of us we have so many Devatas. Again, either you can go up like this and reach Brahman. All the Devatas are nothing but the rays of Brahman. Or if you go inward within ourselves as Jiva, see, all these are nothing but the self from which all these are being working. All these are working, functioning. Yeah. So there are two ways, going outward and thinking as Brahman, and inward as self. So that maybe higher level of thinking has been brought out very well. What is subtle body? We are still trying to understand. And then with the subtle body, that subtle body is also not I. So you will have to drop that also. This gross body is not me. The subtle body is not me. There is another level that has come up. A step, one step after another step, we have been taken forward. So this step wherein all the devatas are working, but each devata is control of all the living beings, one single function. So that is what is the concept brought out very well. So this example has been this explanation has been given with an example, one political example. Maybe Jayashree ji or Bharti ji, anybody can, if at all you remember, you can just tell that. The hierarchy.
No, Bhagini, I don't remember.
It's okay. Jayashree ji?
Brahman is like the president, and Devatas are like IAS officers working.
Yes.
Devatas are universal power consciousness. And the light of consciousness is not physical light. It is the inner light.
So can you please explain this, madam? What is that inner light and what is that physical light?
Inner light is the... Actually, what we think is we have one God inside also, and that is inner light. And we can call it as Brahman. When there is only one universal God, it is Brahman only. You can see it outside or inside yourself. That is the way. But the subject itself needs a lot of clarity, madam. Understanding it is quite difficult.
Yes, very true. Because
all
it is really vague.
Yeah, what we understood was at a different level, and this is at it's still more higher level, and
Correct.
It needs clarification.
Correct.
No, but the way Prabhuji said, no, that Brahman is president and all the Devatas are IAS officers.
Yes. At least in that way we can understand how Brahman and the Devatas work. So Brahman is at such a high level IAS officer. So each has a definite functioning. All those are brought out very well. At least we can have that comparison remembered, and then Brahman and Devatas can be related and understood.
That one sentence very clearly, showed that Brahman, he is enjoying his power as the absolute, while all the Devatas are
and he tells that Brahman president doesn't have much work.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. Bharti ji, what is pain?
Pain is the sensation which is felt to the body.
Yes. Sensation that is felt in the body. But how do we understand that?
Pain is to this body and not to the subtle body. Gross body.
So what is subtle body doing with the pain?
No, that subtle body will not feel the pain. Only this gross body.
Gross body will feel the pain, is it?
Yeah.
That is what is our common understanding. So whenever we get the pain, we feel the pain in the body. Maybe if I have got the pain in my leg is having the pain is what we understand actually. But here, there is a lot of difference. Maybe the shift in our understanding will come from this. This is a very deep concept. So what is this that Guruji explains is that the pain appears in the physical body. So he gives a very beautiful analogy. Jaishiji, can you please tell that how the pain is just an appearance in the physical body?
When we have pain, we go to a doctor. The doctor can only know that we are having pain, but he can't measure it. That is very well explained in the talk. And that pain is felt by the subtle body, not the physical body. And the subtle body is the experiencer, physical body is the experienced, I want to say.
So, when you go to the doctor, what happens if you have the pain? You said it cannot be measured.
Yes,
what
madam.
cannot be measured?
Intensity of pain we can't measure. Only we can experience it. I mean, the subtle body will experience it. We can only measure ECG and such values we can measure. That's all.
So
But
what
nowadays
else?
they ask 1 to 10, where is your pain?
So that again we will have to tell. Because for them to have the clarity.
Yeah, to be tricky, no? Even though we are having lot of pain, and to reduce the painkillers and all, we say it is manageable and it is less than 5. So he gives accordingly the painkillers.
Correct. No, because each person's tolerance level will be different.
Yeah, and that is
I can
true.
tolerate a lot of pain. Another person cannot tolerate so much of pain. Means how much? What is the measure? That is cannot be measured. That is what is being told here. What else cannot be measured?
Please repeat, madam.
What other things cannot be measured? Pain is one thing. Then
the emotions, feelings, sadness, happiness, all these things we can't measure.
Yes. So there are certain things we wouldn't have even thought of, that these are all not measurable. These are all not, though it is under our control, but we cannot have the complete control. It just comes as it is. So say the feelings. If at all I want to be angry, I can be, but how is it happening? How can you measure it? I can pretend to be angry, but what is the, I should tell that I am angry to this level. Like you rightly said, Jaishriji, that 1 to 10, where is your pain or where is your anger level? Only that can be measured. So here the understanding has to happen between what is happening to the gross body and what is happening to the subtle body. Sudhaji, can you please explain more about this?
I think you and Jaishriji covered all the points very completely.
Yeah.
So I'm not really able to think of adding much more to that.
No, see, the example that was given by Guruji was the pain in the gross body, and or maybe instead of pain, you can take the feelings or the emotions and then explain the subtle as the experiencer, and the gross as the gross body as the experienced. In that way, you can give the comparison to go forward.
Yeah, actually, even if you talk about pain, pain is felt in the physical body, but the experiencer is the subtle body. Because if the pain is there, pain should be there continuously. But when your mind goes to sleep, when all your senses goes to sleep, the pain is not felt in your deep sleep. That goes to show that pain is in the physical body, appears in the physical body, but completely experienced by the subtle body. So experienced is the physical body, experiencer is the subtle body. So Prabhuji says, so don't think that you are the mind. That next point also he said, just because you are experiencing, don't say that you are the mind. Because mind is happy sometimes, mind is sad sometimes. It has conflicting feelings, emotions, experiences coming up in the mind. So you are unchanging. So you are not the mind. You are the knower of the experience, because you know that you are feeling sad, you know that you're feeling happy, you know that you are suffering, or you know that you are in physical pain. So there is a knowingness and there's an experiencer also. So physical body is experienced, subtle body is the experiencer, and there is a knower of both of these. That is you. That is what Prabhuji concluded in this talk.
Correct, correct. This is so important and so confusing, but it has to enter us very well. This is something that is really needed. If at all you get confused with experiencer and experienced, you can take it as subject object that we have already discussed. We can bring in that also here. That seems to be easier because we can understand easily as an object. So an object that is outside can be perceived. So experiencer and experienced, we can take it in that way also. So here, okay, let me ask Jayshriji and Bhartiji, what is the experiencer and what is experienced? As Sudhanshi has already told, maybe I would like you also to tell about that, the same question, so that we can have the clarity. It's not that I know well, I am also learning along with you and from you also. Okay, Bhartiji.
Experiencer is the subtle body. Experienced is the physical body.
Yes. So a step ahead of it. The next step to that. So first level is this. The next to that, gross body, subtle body. And after that,
mind.
Okay.
Mind is also comes in subtle body.
Yes, correct.
Mind, consciousness. Comes to subtle body.
Okay, so what is experienced and what is experiencer?
Experienced is the physical body. It feels the pain, the physical body. It's experienced. Experiencer is the subtle body. You explain once again, madam.
Okay, let me ask Jayshriji, and I'll come back with that. Okay, Jayshriji, the same thing. You only started, you again tell, because there can be a lot of confusion over this.
Yeah. Prabhuji gives a good example, madam. When we eat an apple is experienced and the body is experiencer. So we get a clear clarity of experiencer and experienced. That is we get to know subtle body and gross body differences. So.
Okay. So, experienced and experiencer, we can just shift it for our ease of work as subject and object. Say,
Yes.
with the same example of apple, usually we consider it as an object, right? We can see
Yes.
the apple and it is an object. But
Ah.
who is the subject? I am the subject. Because I am seeing it, I am the subject. So, apple is being seen. That is, apple is, or if I eat, the apple is experienced and I am the experiencer. Experiencer is subject, experienced is object. Okay, let us go to the next deeper level. That is, I have the pain. So, I have the pain means who is having the pain and who is feeling the pain. So, this gross body is having the pain and subtle body is experiencing the pain. Okay. So, that means to say the subtle body is the subject and the pain on the gross body is the object. So, subject, object, if we go on continuing till the end, where should it stop to? So, apple, the body, again, the body, the subtle body or the mind. So, apple was the object, then the body became the subject there. If we go inward, what is happening? The body is the object, the subject is the subtle body or the mind. Okay, the pain is felt in the body, but it is understood or experienced by the mind or the subtle body. Okay, so the subtle body becomes the subject and the body on which we are experiencing the pain becomes the object. Okay, that means subtle body is seeing the pain on the body. It is appearing on the body. Okay, so here it doesn't end there. This is what is the next step that we must understand. Apple, body, subtle body, that is gross body, the subtle body. And then for whole of this to happen, there is something else known as the self, and that is the subject or consciousness. Or it is not, say, if I am thinking, if the mind is there, that is not controlling everything. That is not the power of this body or this jiva. So the power of the body is beyond the subtle body. It's not the gross body. It's not the, it is like neti, dropping everything that is not me. So it is not the object outside. That is the self or the consciousness or the God within me or the Brahman is not the objects outside. It's not the gross body. It's not the subtle body. It is beyond that, and that is nothing but the subject, that is nothing but the Atma or the self. So this is how this step goes inward. The subtle body becomes the object for the eye. Apple, the body again, and then the subtle body, and the subtle body, eye. So finally, the apple was there, which was an object, and body was the subject. Then we shifted on to the next level. The gross body or the body as the object and the subtle body as the subject. Again, the subtle body as the object and I as the subject. So there it ends. That is the whole thing. That is, subtle body is the object and I am the knower of the subtle body. It is nothing but the subject. So here knower means I can know happiness, I can know unhappiness, I can know the pain, I can know the pain is not there. I can know that I'm successful, I can know that I'm not successful. So all these are the changes that are happening. So these changes are not me. This is unreal. So what is real? The always Sachidananda. That is, Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla. I am not the gross body. I am not the subtle body. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla. I Deha, Mana, Buddhi, Nanalla. Sachidananda Atma, Shiva Nanu Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. This whole thing comes to that. So, Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla. Sudhaji, you always ask, what is that Nanu Nanembudu? Embudu means what you ask. So, here it comes. I, Nanu, is, I usually think that I am the ego I. So, ego I is not the real I. So, Nanu, Nanembudu Nalla. So, this, all this taken as object is not me. Be it the objects in the outer world, be it the physical body, the gross body, or the subtle body, I am not that. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nan yaudu, idu yaudu alla. ಈ ದೇಹ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ. ಸಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸತ್ ಚಿತ್ ಆನಂದ ಶಿವಸ್ವರೂಪಿ. That is the self, the Atma. It is always happy. So I am the Shiva. So that is what is the gist of what has been in this talk. But a deeper understanding of this is very important. Because first of all, we will not know there are so many bodies. And first of all, we cannot understand in that way. So the moment that subtle body is told, we imagine that it's a body. Though it doesn't have any shape to it, but we assume it to be a body. Because we associate to the word. What that body is, we just associate to that. So that is how if we think from subject object, it will be a better understanding. That is how I felt that would be better.
Madam, Shiva ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇನಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, ಶಿವ ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್. ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ. So different names are given with different concept or different situation. Say Ramana Maharshi calls it as self. Somebody else may call it as Brahman. In Vedanta, it is Brahman. So it depends on which school it is from. So Shivo Aham, I am the Shiva. So that is something that must be understood. And here, Devatas are being explained. Each organ has Devata. That is being explained. And we will again have come back to, we started with Brahman and we came back to Brahman again. Either Brahman or self or capital I. All these are one and the Atma. All these are one and the same. Shiva. Shivoham. So, the gross body is what we can feel and see from our own eyes. The subtle body is working. We know it. We experience it. But that is not the end of who is working through me. But there is something else beyond that. That is nothing but the consciousness or the Atma, the I, the self. All these, it has different names, that's all. So, example of apple, then our physical body, then the mind and the subtle body, and then the feelings, the emotions, the mind, the subtle body, everything comes under one. So all these becomes object. So what is it indicating here is all these are objects which are not true. The only real is the self. All these changes, but self doesn't change. It is unchanging reality, infinite. So, okay, 9:30. I think with this, the talk also ended and we also completed our session. Let us, any doubts you have? Any clarification needed?
Kantiji, shall we take the next class in the month of January? Because normally year end little bit.
This month, 2 classes we finished, right? I think so.
15 days back we had the class, no?
Okay.
In December only, no? Okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it will be in January only.
January only. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Any doubt, Bhartiji?
The subject object is confusing.
Oh,
Rather
okay.
than that, we can go to directly to this Atma. Nanu nanembudu nanalla.
No, there are different ways of explanation. When you have to understand the scriptures, these are all the ways it will be explained. So basically with Guruji, what happens is that our understanding will be more clear and there is an easier way of understanding because he doesn't use Sanskrit terms. If at all he would have used all the Sanskrit explanations for this, then I don't think we would have understood it so well. So each one, say maybe I found object and subject as a common way of usage and experiencer and experienced is another way. But whoever can take up whichever is suitable to that person, maybe that can be understood. So Atma comes when, see, you will have to drop off the subtle body, you will have to drop off the gross body, you will have to drop off the objects of the outer world. So what do you call them? Either they are called as objects, see, or the experienced. Okay. But the end result is the experiencer, Brahman. Or maybe, as you said, the Atma, and then all these are not the real ones. All these are changing. So, all the ones that are unchanged, all the ones that are changing can be dropped. The unchanged reality is the Brahman or the Atman. You can hold on to that. Whatever way you can understand, that can be taken forward. So whenever you have an explanation, you correlate to that understanding of yours. Then it will be easy for you.
This was a little confusing.
So what did you understand basically now?
This experiencer and experienced. Experienced is the body. Experiencer is the mind or the subtle body.
Correct.
Or the consciousness.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
The example of apple and that I didn't understand.
See, there are, first you will have to understand that there are 3 levels. See, when I say experience, immediately what strikes to you? I am experiencing this class. I'm seeing an apple means I am experiencing something, or I'm eating an apple. Okay. I am experiencing that apple's taste. Okay. So
Yes.
that is experienced. Apple is experienced and I am the experiencer.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the first
apple
level.
Is the object and eating is the experiencer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So that is first level. Outside world and me, the gross body. You're going again inside. The subtle body and the gross body. Second level. So who is experiencing and who is the experienced and who is experiencer? The pain, the example of pain comes into picture here. So pain in my leg is seen in the leg, is appeared in the leg. That means experienced in the leg. Who is experiencer?
Experiencer is the subtle body.
Yes. So this two is the second level. So now the third level is the subtle body is there. That means it is undergoing the different emotions maybe. But who is understanding that? Who is knowing that? Who is the experiencer there?
Nobody.
Either it is nobody or it is everybody. Nobody means there is something beyond subtle body also. That is nothing but the Atma.
Okay.
Okay. So it is the Atma which can experience the subtle body also. Is the understanding from this?
Okay.
You got it?
Yes, yes. But
So the experiencer experienced. Three sets are there. Experiencer experienced. Okay. So first experiencer experienced pair is the apple and the gross body. The second set is the gross body and the subtle body. The third set is the subtle body and the Atma. That is the final.
got it. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So nobody is the experiencer is nothing but I have not understood what Atma is. Because I am experiencing as subtle body. I know I can understand my mind. I can think and understand from my mind. So we will have to go beyond that is what is being indicated here. It doesn't end there. Go beyond it. At least at the knowledge level, we must know this for it to be practically applied.
Okay.
Anything else? Jayashree ji?
No, madam. No, madam.
Okay. Sudhaji?
No.
Okay. So we will end with the prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrutyorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanimbudu nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivananu nane Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyek Jyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Paranjyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmyaham. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.